All right, you guys, we're going in. We'll see you underwater. Wish us luck. So we're gonna take the valve cover off here, and it's gonna give us a lot more access to the innards. Our ace in the hole, his name is Tom.
I don't see how in the world. Oh man, yeah, it's
really in there, huh?
yeah, it's really in there.
This is Joel. Together with Tony and Jared, he gave up everything to buy a boat and go on the adventure of a lifetime. But after a death-defying sail to Cuba, he returned to Key West and found himself alone.
Wish me luck on this adventure. When Michael finished school, I asked her to sail with me to the Bahamas. She agreed, but joined strictly as crew. 4 months later, we made it to the Dominican Republic. Broke and in love.
Bums on a Boat is a true story about facing fear, finding adventure, and falling in love. Each tale is brought to you by our patrons and viewers. Subscribe and click the bell to get notified about weekly premieres, and visit our website to learn more. Thank you for watching.
We're walking away with a little girl.
These are the tales of Moab.
Good morning. I'm Joel. This is Michael. We are the alleged bums on a boat. Alleged?
Alleged.
Alleged?
We are the bums on a boat.
Allegedly. We have an ace in the hole today. We can't wait to introduce you to this ace in the hole. Regarding our little fiasco last week, if you're just joining us, we had a little bit of an issue, but we're gonna resolve that. First, we're going to do our last scuba dive. We passed the written test yesterday. Wow, it's bright.
Holy moly.
We passed the written test yesterday, and we've already done our Discover dive and 2 scuba dives, and we're gonna do 2 today in a row with some skills tests.
It's a double dive day. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, hi, little girl. Oh, hi.
We have a videographer today, so we don't have to worry about the cameras. We can just focus on the diving. Woo! He's good too. He's been posting on Facebook every day. All right, we got amazing visibility. This is gonna be beautiful. All right, you guys, we're going in. We'll see you underwater. Wish us luck.
certified divers. That was definitely the most fun I've ever had diving.
So, yeah, one of the skills tests was the controlled ascent, and you had to go, oh, and it was baffling how long I was able to do that, because as you get up, as you're going up, the air is expanding. And then the other one we did was a free flow test, where you take the regulator out of your mouth and just stick it in your cheek, and you can breathe underwater. Thanks to our awesome instructors, James and Yana. You guys want to deliver the official news?
I think when you guys get the email from Patty, that'll be the.
That'll be
yeah, you can take a shot of the like a online digital certification before your actual card gets you in the mail.
Okay, what we did was so bad. It was terrible. If you're just joining us, we had a little bit of a fiasco. You can check out our last episode, but we think we're gonna be okay. A lot of you commented and said take the valve cover off. Michael's dad also insisted that. Everyone we've talked to, they're all on the same page. So we're gonna take the valve cover off here, and it's gonna give us a lot more access to the innards.
Okay, I think I've got it sealed up pretty well. I'm gonna try it.
All right, what you're looking at there is Saganka. Now, our ace in the hole, his name is Tom, and Tom built that steel boat by himself. His plan was a 3-year plan, and it took him 9 years to build. And his wife, Linda, has been with him since the beginning. They've done tons of sailing. He's rebuilt many an engine, so he is awesome. And he came over to us and reached out to us. Here he comes now.
Alright, let's test this vacuum theory.
Hello, guys.
Gave you a little
I
introduction.
found out about what was going on here, and I just had to take a look. I think they did a good job so far,
Oh, here it
Look at
comes.
that.
but we're just taking a looky.
Wow.
Put it right in the sink there.
See, it's an O-ring, which is perfect.
Okay.
Oh.
It's just a ring of rubber, so it's going to be real reusable.
Oh.
But see how this is gritty here? And this was around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
but I can feel the grit, so we definitely gotta check that out.
Okay.
Okay, how about a bright flashlight?
Alright, this is as bright as...
Okay, that is nice and bright. Okay, that's pretty gritty. I mean, really gritty.
Yeah.
If you look down this push rod here,
Yeah?
there's grit on that push rod.
Uh-huh.
And vacuum really is not going to pull that grit off of that.
Okay.
Okay.
They're solid lifters. I mean, it's what it looks like. There's probably a little hole through the center for oil. I would take this rocker assembly completely off.
Okay.
And just for fun, I put a little cardboard box, and I put each individual lifter in a place, so you put the same lifter in the spot. Because I don't see how in the world, oh man, yeah, it's
really in there, huh?
yeah, it's really in there. Some of that gritty dust has actually gone into or down the lifting rods, and I think that the camshaft, hopefully it's stopped going down lower than where these shafts are. So we're going to take off the rocker arm assembly and get that rid of. The valves are going to be, everything's going to be fine, and then by doing what we're going to do, we'll be able to see down the little tubes that they go down, and then hopefully we'll be able to clean all that out right there.
Okay.
There's no other, it's only up on top, but I want to make sure it doesn't fall. It's too easy to do what we're going to do, not to do it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Our homework is to find torque specs and valve clearance.
Found the valve clearance in a cold engine in millimeters, 0.2. That doesn't mean much to me, but I'm sure Tom will know. And I found the tightening torque in foot-pounds.
Now what we're going to do, we're going to take that box I brought. There's some paper towels in it. Take the paper towels out, and we are going to make ourselves a pretend engine.
Okay.
We're going to say this is the front of the engine. We'll poke holes in here, and we'll put each lift rod in a hole. Okay, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There'll be 6 holes. Okay, and there's one more. Okay, we're going to make sure that this remains in that direction. Okay. I only see grit at the top.
Yeah.
There should be no oil in that hole because it was occupied by the lifter, but I can actually see grit on that.
Yeah.
So we'll do the cleanup as we put it back in.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just curious. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that would look at how deep that is.
Mm.
Okay. And we'll have to look down the hole and see if, because I'd rather not have to pull the head if we don't have to. Yeah. Oh no, look at that. Look at this one. You think that one was bad? Check the next one.
Let's let the viewers in here.
That one's right where.
It would be the third one back.
Yeah, that one's right where it fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's bad. And it's gunked up in there. See, there's no way we can clean that out.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's we're pulling the head off. That's
And it's
for sure happening.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
No, it's not a big deal.
Taking your word for it.
Tom says
no,
it's not a big
It's not
deal.
a big deal with you here.
No, it's not a big deal. The reason I want to do this is you got to be careful. Sometimes this wants to get stuck to that, especially with an engine that has. But it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. We're going to remove the entire rack together.
Alright, so those are the fuel pipes coming off.
Yeah, these are fuel pipes, and see they're pretty rusty.
a little rusty
We'll-
from the saltwater
and we'll
bath.
put a little oil on them before we put them back in there.
Okay.
Okay. So starting from the front, it's memory. The smallest pipe, of course, goes to the front, and it just keeps getting bigger as it goes further back. Now there should be, see, that is a copper washer. See this?
Yeah.
That's a copper washer. So put that somewhere. That's in a fuel system. Then there's going to be another copper washer on the other side of this, which I'm going to go ahead and just take off right now with my finger so it don't fall off, because it will fall off. And that broke early. The first break. There's 30. Yeah, 36 sounds about right.
If we're adding 7.
Good.
So those are the head bolts?
These are the head bolts. Now, the trick with head bolts is, it is cast iron.
Okay.
So whenever you do, you don't want to just start on one end and go all the way over. What we're going to do is we're going to break them, but we're going to do it in like a pattern. And what you usually do is you start from, like I'm going to do this one, then I'm going to do that one, then I'm going to do this one, I'm going to do that one, and you just keep crisscrossing. Every time you crisscross, you do another one.
Okay.
Should seal, and if it doesn't, we can always throw glue on that one. It's not as clean. Get away with it.
That happened fast. I think it's been 2.5 to 3 hours. We have some more homework. We got to take the water pump off. A few other things that Michael and I can handle because we've actually done those. And tomorrow we're going to get back at it, and I think we're actually going to be popping the head off.
Such a blessing to have Tom here, helping us out, giving us the confidence. And our engine, like he keeps saying, it needs it. It needs it. It's a blessing in disguise that we threw gunk into our engine.
We're going to have to order a new head gasket. Who knows what else we're going to discover in this process. But I think we're feeling good about this. And that's only because Tom came to the rescue. Subscribe. You're going to want to stay tuned. Our engine just might make it with the help of Tom.
These are the tales of Moab.
Come on, Willie. Pay attention. Focus.
Moab!
Lola dipped.
How come you're so quiet?